Martinez. Factors of disorganization in the neocortex of children with autism. Autism involves early brain overwork and dysfunction, which is most strongly evident in the prefrontal cortex. As essence of pathology analysis and excess of neuron is the prefrontal cortex among children with autism signals a disturbance in prenatal development and may be confirming why abnormal cell type and laminar development. Application in medicine. Methods. To estimate the early years after the onset of autism. We use it in situ hybridization with a panel of layer-on cell types, specific molecular markers. To phenotypic cortical microscope. We assign markers for neurons and glia, along with genes that have big implication in the risks of autism, in prefrontal, temporal, and occipital neocortical tissue from proximal sample obtained from children with autism and unified children between the age of 2 and 15 years. Results. We observe focal effects of abnormal laminar architecture and cortical disorganization of neurons, but not live in prefrontal and temporal cortical tissue from 10 or 11 children with autism and from 1 or 11 unified children.
The brain is really an information engine. It's really oriented toward processing lots and lots of information at the same time. And in fact, the brain is rather self-absorbed. Most of what goes on in the brain is the brain talking to itself about itself. One key aspect of brain function is that neurons don't act alone. We've got 10 billion neurons up there in our glorious cortex. And if one of them does or doesn't do its thing, that can't really matter. If it can't matter, we can't suddenly have an automobile accident because some single neuron is acting up. So when we're looking at the EEG, for example, we're looking at those bunches of neurons performing in groups. The EEG is composed of a range of frequencies, all the way from 0 to more than 100 hertz, and the brain cares about each one. Without specially designed tools, we can now teach people how to generate more or less of these specific frequencies, and that has implications for brain function.
Pros and cons. High functionation autism does come with some benefits or the other type of autism. Generally, high functionation autism suffer quite difficulties with social interaction. This usually does not adversely impact their ability to interact with others on a daily basis or basic working level. At home, they may be leveled on bench overly serious or careless, and to be lacking in the ability to converse in a small talk conversation. They are usually intelligent, gifted, honest, hard workers when interested in a task and excellent problem solvers. People with house functioning Austin them to become excellent science and engineers and their other profession with painstaking methodical analysis response.
To teach the brain to calm down so the person can be more physically and emotionally comfortable. We also see it very much as a developmental problem of the right brain and the early development. So we do a lot of right brain training to help the person be more calm, be more present in their environment, be more connected to other people.
Well, I read about different therapies, and neurofeedback was one of the therapies that actually his occupational therapist suggested.
Hi, Royal, come on in. I'm glad to see you. Well, the first time I met Royal, he came bounding into the office, followed by his marvelous mother, Darlene, who was sort of grabbing a shirt tail as he ran by. He ran into my office, he ran back. He ran into the next office, and he ran back. He zipped all over. He went in a room where there were toys and began to grab every toy out and sort of randomly throw it around.
This is often considered a high functioning from Austin. It can lead to difficult interacting socially related behavior counseling.
Asperger's syndrome is not a learning disability, and it has features of autism spectrum disorder, nonverbal learning disabilities, and ADHD. So let's talk about Asperger's syndrome in the context of the domains within which some of those characteristics occur. Let's begin with social interaction, and then move to language, and then move to other. In the social interaction domain, individuals with Asperger's syndrome tend to have limited and sometimes inappropriate kinds of behaviors in the social interaction domain. They have difficulties with nonverbal communication. So, for example, they have a hard time reading gestures or facial expressions, and sometimes their gestures and facial expressions are something that isn't appropriate to the situation because they're misreading the social aspect of the situation or the emotional aspect of the situation. Individuals with Asperger's are often seen to have low eye contact, either not making good eye contact or sustaining good eye contact. And
Rett syndrome is a disorder of the nervous system that leads to development reversals, especially in the areas of expressing lens and handcuffs. Thank you.